Hey guys, it's Will here, and tonight I've got another unboxing video for you. Today, as you can see, going to be taking a look at this, the Stormcast Eternal Stardrake kit. Now this is actually a wedding anniversary present from my wife, so yeah, big thanks to Sammy for that. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, let's take a look at what we get here. So it comes in this outer sleeve, which I've already removed. You see you've got a big picture on the front of one of the builds, and then on the back you've got the big picture of the alternate build. So this can either be done as a Lord Celestant on a Stardrake, or as a Drake Sworn Templar, and comes with a few different weapon options for each of them, and the dragon can be assembled with its mouth open or closed. You get this, which is like the box it comes in, and then you finally got the tray with our bits in. So, start with, we've got a manual. Now this is a good thick size here and you need it because this is going to be a really complicated kit. And one thing they've started doing recently with the manual, certainly for the larger kits, is doing these sort of more colourful breakdowns of it, which is quite nice. You can see you've got the body parts, tail, all goes together, wings, and then separate assemblies for the Lord Celestant, and for the the Great Sworn Templar is a different assembly. And then, as you see in a lot these days, you've got the rules there. And the great thing about these Age of Sigmar rules, if I zoom in there, is you've got the full profile and the full descriptions there. You probably can't read those on the camera, but yeah, you've got everything you need there to play this model, which is great because you don't have to buy the army books because you get the rules with the models. You can also free download them online, so you just need the General's Handbook for the points costs and you're pretty much good to go. So that's quite a nice little feature there. And then on the back we've got some painting guides, and these have got a little bit more detailed recently. You'll see that rather than just you know, pointing out what colour it is, they're pointing out like the cascade of colours from the base coat, the wash, and the layer and the highlight for various different parts and two different schemes. So a nice little manual there. But anyway, what we really want to see is this stuff, the plastic. Now, first sprue here, first of three sprues, you've got the neck components, you've got the wings, bit of the underside of the body, and some of the claws and tail there. Now look at these wings. They're you know, about 2/3 the size of my hand. They've got lovely little details down here in sort of the crevices of the wings, both sides, all the little scale patterns there. Lovely looking kit to start off with there. He's got this sort of a lightning bolt effect around the tail, and even like the neck pieces, got all the lovely scales. Really detailed kit. And you've got the second sprue, which has got the main parts of the body, some of the base. It comes with this nice scenic base of some kind of like ruined fortress, with like an old dead tree growing through it. Got sort of the tree parts there. Got this lovely tail section, and yeah, just some really stunning pieces there. Got sort of the armoured plates for the body, and yeah, then we've got the final kit, which has the riders and also some final bits for the Drake itself. So these panels here I want to draw attention to. You actually get two different designs here. The top one there is for the Hammers of Sigmar paint scheme, or, you know, heraldry design, and the bottom one is an alternate one. So these bits are giving you some nice sort of proper sculpted customizability rather than just you know, paint on your design. You actually get two different designs sculpted, and you get to pick those. You've got like bits for the head down here. You've got sort of open jaw, and then we've got you've got closed jaw bits down here. We've got the horns, we've got the top of the head, and then we've got the open jaw components here. So you've got, I don't know if it was quite enough to make two different heads, or if it'll be a case of you use some of the components for both and then just get some odd spares. You'll have to wait and see on that. But either way, and we've got the bits for the rider. Now it looks like you get just one sort of torso and legs. So you've got, let me see where else. We've got the legs down here, torso, front and back are there. And so it's really just the arms and the head and the cape that make the difference. You'd use a common torso, so it's not like some of the kits where you get two completely separate riders. Got some two nice shield patterns here again. Again, Hammer's Sigmar and the other scheme there, so match those up to your armour plates, to whatever paint scheme you're going for. And then you've got a whole plethora of weapon options. I don't know what all these are called yet, I'll have to have a read of the rules, but we've got that big hammer there, and a big sword. Down here we've got another big sword, and then this haft that can either be for this axe head up here, or for this really ornate hammer piece. And then we've got a bow as well, which I believe the Drake Swarm Templar can have that in addition to his other weapons, so he's got an extra ranged attack there. And you know, I think you're going to want to do that if you've got the Drake Swarm Templar, because you're going to want to make the most of this. This guy costs 500 to 600 points, so you know, all the damage you can do the better really. But yeah, just zooming in on some of these headpieces here. So again, you can, if I can get it to focus, come on, you can. There we go. You can see the level of detail here. You've got the horns sweeping back with the nice edges on there. You've got the teeth, all the scales. It's going to be a lovely kit to paint. I'm anticipating this is going to take me a very long time to paint. Got the base here as well. I'll just show you that. That is about 6 inches long. That is a serious chunk of plastic there. So yeah, I think this is going to take me a very long time to paint. So what I'll probably do is just post this video up, sort of with the finished model tagged on at the end. But that might not be for a little while yet. Now this kit does cost £85, which is a lot of money for basically a plastic toy soldier. No matter how big he is, but I think for what you get, it probably is getting towards worth that, especially as you can pick up like 10, 15, 20% discounts depending on where you shop and how much you spend. But I mean, it's going to be a really sizable kit. These huge wings here, which are going to give you some sort of hint to the scale of this thing, and there's just so much detail. Plus, you know, this kit's going to cost 500 points in the game minimum, so you know, I think you're getting plenty of bang for your buck there, and you know, like I say, it's the type of thing you're only going to have one of. This is going to be your big centerpiece model, so one that I'm really going to want to spend a lot of time doing, because I tell you, when I first saw this this kit when it came out last year, I was just like, wow, I have got to have that. Anyway, I'm going to get this bad boy built up and painted, and then I'll show you what it looks like once it's finished. And here he is, the completed Stardrake. This has taken me several months to do, actually. This isn't like a kit that you just knock out quickly over a few days. This is a model I really wanted to spend some time on and try and produce my absolute best work with it. And with that in mind, it's not been a quick project to finish, but now it's finished, I am really happy with how it's turned out. I think the kit is absolutely gorgeous. It's an absolutely lovely model. Like, every inch of this has got detail on it. If we zoom in on the wings here, if we can focus in, you can see they've all got the veins there, scales over every inch of the body, lots of lovely little ornate details on the rider, even down to like the tongue, and it's just such a beautiful model. As you can see, I've done in my standard Hammers of Sigmar scheme, with a slightly sort of lighter, more turquoisey blue than some of the drakes are shown in the book, but I really like that colour, and I think it has turned out very nicely. The rider is the Drake Swarm Templar. I've gone for the slightly cheaper option there, and by slightly cheaper I mean he's only 500 points, and that is certainly still going to be a big chunk of my army. Like I say, this is not a piece that you just paint up quickly like a rhino or a razorback for your Space Marine army. We just want to churn out another one to get it on the table. This is a piece to really take your time over and make the absolute centerpiece. And yeah, I'm really chuffed with how he's turned out. I have to say, this is certainly not a kit for beginners. It was fiddly to assemble, and getting to some of the detail, particularly on the underside, was tricky.
I would say in hindsight, if I were to ever do one of these again, I would leave him unattached to from the base. I originally assembled the whole model minus the wings and the rider, and glued him to the base, but actually I think in hindsight I'd do what a lot of people I've seen doing these online have done, leave him unattached, yeah, so you can get to the underside a bit easier, but leaving the wings and the rider off was certainly a good idea because it meant I could do those separately, and as you can see the wings block off quite a large chunk of the model. So yeah, that is the Stardrake, and if you want to see how this guy performs on the table, well, I was very fortunate that I've already had the chance to play a debut game with him, and I was able to bat rep that, so that should be up in a few days, and once that's up I will pop a link in the description. Or alternatively, if you want to get a notification as soon as that comes up, then subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.